I think it's one of the worst feelings, like when I'll set a goal for myself and I'll say like, hey, I wanna try to eat healthier. You know, I wanna try to improve my physical fitness and health, and I make that decision, and then a couple days or weeks go by and maybe I'm doing all right with it, and then in a moment of weakness, maybe I'm at home and there's some cake or cookies on the counter or some ice cream in the fridge, and I indulge or overindulge, and what'll happen with me is I'll start to not feel well. I'll eat so much that I feel a little sick, and I'm like, and then I'll remember, I'm like, oh wait, I'm supposed to be eating healthier. And like at that point, it's too late. And that's just an awful feeling. Like, it's like, there's nothing you can do about it now. And if you could take it back, you would. And the same thing can happen in our personal finances. And today I have another interview for you all where I sat down with Zach, and he shares a story. After being so against debt and wanting to really prove himself financially, he makes a decision that he very quickly regretted. So check this out.
We were in Hawaii. I was 13 years old. We were coming back from the beach. We were in my dad's gold Ford Ranger, and me and my brother were sitting in the back. And my dad said, well, you know, Zach, your brother, he probably won't get a job as fast as you'll get a job, but you're not going to manage your finances nearly as well as he will. And that was the moment I made the decision. I was like, I'm going to prove my dad wrong.
It's a challenge. Like, that's how I would hear that with my personality. I'd be like, you think I can? I definitely will. If there's one thing I'm gonna do, it's gonna be that thing that you just challenged me to.
Absolutely. Moving forward, it was always kind of like okay, well, when I make money, I'm gonna manage it right. But I figured, well, if I can at least have an emergency fund and never go into debt, I'll be ahead of the game. I hated debt. I saw what it did to my family. My brother called me one time and he was playing this Gibson guitar. And Gibsons aren't cheap. He was like, look at this. And I was like, oh, that's cool. How'd you pay for that, man? Like, you don't make money. Like, he's like, don't worry about it. And he told me he got a loan for it. And I'm looking at him like, are you kidding me? A loan for a guitar? That was something that really made me mad. And I was like, I can't believe you did that financially. I wanted to hang out with my brother. I said it exactly like this. I said, Dylan, let's go pet some doggies. And he's like, I got a place, don't worry. Takes me to this place called Petland. We walk in and I open the door and I see this black ball of fluff. I'm like, I want that one right there. And we played with the dog and it was so friendly and loving, and it was very emotional for me. I wanted that dog. I was like, how much is it? $4,600. And my brother's like, you don't do debt, Zach. Man, I love this dog though. He's like, yeah, it's a great dog, but you don't do debt. He ended up co-signing a loan for me to get that dog that night. And I don't know if that was some aha, see how hard it is, or if that was he liked the dog too, or what, but in a way that might have been the best thing my brother could have done for me.
What were those conversations around it? All these people know that you're like a no debt personal finance guy, and then you tell them you bought a dog and they know that you didn't have the money for it. How did those conversations go?
Me and my brother made a deal. Okay, Katrina's gonna know, no one else can know about this. I justified lying to my parents, lying to my girlfriend's parents. If they asked me how much the dog was, I would find a way around that, of answering it. And the plan was, at the time I was getting $10 bonuses for anything over 36 hours of work. So I was gonna work a whole bunch, and that's the reason why I was able to get out of debt.
And then with like your brother or your parents who you had kind of like talked to about personal, and kind of in some ways judge them, right? Like, hey, you did this and it wasn't right, and then you did this, and then you go and do the same thing. Did you go back and have any conversations around that?
I called everyone that I had lied to and I said, I got a loan for this dog, $4,600. They didn't hold it against me. They agreed it was a dumb mistake, but they didn't say, what about you talking about all of our messes and telling us how wrong we were? And they were very merciful to me.